Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the second half of that word is dairy. No. Legendary.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
You know I'm a degenerate.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Steelers Sanctuary's legendary NFL picks. I'm here with Bob Quinn and Dave Korup, and we're going to give our picks again this week. Bob, you got that banner? Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
King David has lost his. Well, he's sharing his throne now, and we're not going to talk about where I am because I've had a rough year.
You moved up to third place.
Yeah, you're doing great, Dave. Yeah.
Actually, if you want to look at it that way, I kind of like that, Bob. I did move up by being bad. Bob also has the best lock of the week record at 4-2. Dave's 3-3. I'm 3-3, and Zach is 1-1, as you can see on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. All right, let's get into it. You guys ready?
Absolutely.
Yep, let's do it.
First game is the Green Bay Packers giving 5.5 to the Chicago Bears in Chicago. Mr. Korup, kick us off.
Yeah, look, Bears, they're a mess. They fired their offensive coordinator. There's tons of injuries to their defense. Those two things are not good. Not a good mix. I think the Packers definitely cover. It is it's a division game, so I think they'll probably win by a touchdown. So I'm gonna take the Pack to cover in this one.
Bob, what do you think?
You know, there was talk this week they were going to bench Caleb Williams for Tyson Bagent.
Yeah.
But they're real happy about that Justin Fields thing now. I think they're a mess. I didn't think they were very good. I picked them to lose last week. I mean, I think the Packers are good. And they gave the Lions a real tussle. I like the Packers here.
Yeah, the Bears are coming off a loss to the fucking New England Patriots last week.
Right.
Jeez, 19. They scored 3 points against the Patriots. 19-3. They're a mess. Like Bob said, they were talking about benching the quarterback. The coach is going to be fired. I wouldn't be surprised if they win maybe 1 or 2 games the rest of the season. The Packers in a rout. Yeah, the Packers in a rout. This is going to be an ugly game. All right, next up, speaking of ugly games, the Jacksonville Jaguars are traveling to Detroit to get their asses handed to them by the Lions. They're getting 13.5 points. I don't think there's enough of a spread to get me to bet on the Jaguars in this game. Bob, you go first this time. He's disagreeing.
He's leaning. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's face it, Detroit did not play good in Houston last week.
True.
So,
Yeah,
13.5. If this was Trevor Lawrence, I would do it. But Mac Jones, I can't. I hate to take a 13.5 point spread. I'm going to do it. Give me the Lions in a bounce back.
Dave, what do you got?
I love how he's like so down about it.
That 13.5 is bugging the shit out of him.
It really is. It really is.
Like, I honestly don't blame him. When I first saw it too, I was kind of like, really? Like, feels like a trap. But no, look, their whole offense is injured. Literally every important player on their team on offense is injured. Lawrence, Bigsby's out. He's out.
Yeah.
I think their whole wide receiver course hurts. Like they are going to get stomped. It's at Lions too on top of it to boot. Yeah, Lions cover.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. The Lions are going to put a 50 burger on them. I can almost guarantee you it. This is going to be the biggest rout of maybe the season. Mac Jones going to Detroit to play the Lions? Come on, man.
We got an over-under on Jameson Williams.
6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns. Next up, the Minnesota Vikings are traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. They're -6 in this game. Dave, you go first. What do we got here?
Titans defense, they can't stop anybody from putting up points. Like, they just can't. They're giving up 20-something plus points a game. So, like, I there's no way. I got to take the Vikings to cover on this one.
Bob?
Yeah. I think Sam Darnold has kind of hit the wall. But Will Levis is playing for the Titans. My rule at this point with the Titans is if Levis is playing, I'm probably going against them. I'd be real interested. This is a very dangerous line, but I could see I think the Vikings will get it by a touchdown. I'm taking the Vikings and land the points.
Boys, I'm taking the Titans. Sam Darnold last week, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's
Yeah.
come back to earth. He
He's
stinks. And
He's come
this is
back.
a road
He
game.
stinks.
He stinks. The Titans defense, I think it's a little better than you think, Dave. I kind of like the Titans defense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Vikings. I like the Vikings. I want to see them do well, but I just don't believe in Sam Darnold anymore. I think Kevin O'Connell's a great head coach, and he can turn bad quarterbacks into good, but he's struggling with Darnold right now. I'm gonna go with the Titans. Next up, the Los Angeles Rams are coming back east my way, and they're getting 4.5. They're giving 4.5 points to the Patriots. Excuse me. Dave, kick us off.
Pat's offense is not going to keep up with the Rams' offensive power. There's no way. Rams cover and might cover with ease.
Bobby?
I don't know if they can score 15 points. I'm kind of kidding about that. The Rams' high-powered offense laid a big old egg on Monday Night Football.
They did, but they're due. And every once in a while, teams are going to lay an egg, but it ain't going to happen all the time. And against the Patriots,
Bob, are you taking the Patriots or the Rams?
1 o'clock game. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Patriots, and I think the Rams might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yes,
I'm taking the Patriots too. West Coast team, short week, cross country. I like it.
I like it. You guys, you make me so happy.
Patriots to win, or at least cover anyway.
Woo.
At least
cover. I could see the Rams winning this maybe by a field goal. But
yeah.
That's good for us.
All right.
All right, the Las Vegas Raiders are coming east too. They're going to Miami to play the Dolphins. They're getting 7 points. Man, I think the Raiders are the worst team talent-wise.
Yeah.
Bottom 3 in the league. They're just awful.
Yeah, they're bad.
I can't see them even making this game competitive. Coming east in Miami, forget it. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Same.
This could be a Tyreek Hill breakout game.
I think they're gonna put up a lot of points. It's gonna be bad.
Dolphins again, not a little dangerous at 7 points, but I think maybe they found something. The Raiders are really, really bad. I gotta take the home team here, but the Raiders have played a couple of weird games this year where beat the Ravens, all of a sudden they cover out of nowhere. I don't feel great about this pick, but I do think the Dolphins.
But Bob, if you feel that way, go with your gut, man. Like if you really think that the Raiders can, do this, go for it.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders cover here. It's the cover that's got me a little worried.
How healthy is their defense? I mean, that's.
Let's be honest. Is there one player you would take on the Raiders over a Steeler at any position?
Crosby? Max Crosby?
Bowers, maybe. That's a good point. I didn't think of Bowers. Crosby I would take maybe over Highsmith, too. Those 2 guys.
Yeah.
That's about it, though.
Mentioned? What was the other one?
Brock Bowers.
Oh, Bowers. Tight end.
Yeah, you'd definitely take him over. I think I'd even take him over Muth at this point.
I would. I got no problem saying that. The guy's awesome.
Yeah, he's a really good player.
All right, so we're all in lockstep with the Raiders. Bob, you thinking about taking? The Dolphins. You thinking about taking the Raiders?
Come on, Bob.
8's a big number.
I'm trying to talk him into it.
Don't be scared. Come on.
I wouldn't be scared of it. I mean, I was leaning more towards the Jags than I am the Raiders.
Yeah.
All right. I don't blame you because that spread. I absolutely don't blame you on that one.
I'm just gonna tell you guys, this next game I have no fucking clue. The Indianapolis Colts are traveling to the New York Jets, and the Colts are getting 4 points. This is 2 bad football teams. Anthony Richardson's back in the game. Who knows what the fuck he's going to do?
Right.
Bob, you go first because I don't know what the hell. I still don't know who I'm picking in this game.
Okay, well, first thing, hi, Jennifer. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Second
thing, oh, boy, this is a tough one.
The Jets freaking stink. They got routed by the Cardinals last week, right? That was the last week?
Yeah, but Anthony Richardson's playing. Michael Pittman is playing. Jonathan Taylor is playing. Oh boy,
this is a tough one.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Jets at home. I'm going to take the Jets and lay the points. I think Aaron Rodgers, they have to have a bounce back game at some point.
Jennifer agrees with you. She's taking the Jets too, by the way. Dave, what do you got?
I'm taking the Jets as well. A lot of key players like Buckner, Speed, and Blackman on defense are hurt for them. Plus, Raymond Pittman is going to play, but a lot of these offensive linemen are not playing. They're going to have 3 rookie offensive linemen starting in this game on top of Richardson playing.
Yeah.
Not a good recipe for things to go well for the Colts. So, yeah, I think the Jets are going to end up covering.
I would like to zig on you guys, but Anthony Richardson is going to be good for what? 2 or 3
Right.
turnovers in this game minimum?
And
Yeah,
he's
I'm
going to be
taking the
running for his
Colts.
life. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Our favorite Cleveland Browns are going to New Orleans to play the Saints. The Browns are -1. The Saints screwed me last week, so I don't know if.
That's a coin flip kind of game.
Yeah, right.
I-
It's in
not
New
for me.
Orleans.
I'm the king knows what he wants, and
Oh boy, here we go.
that is the Browns are in tank mode. They traded away Darius Smith, and the Saints they beat the Falcons last week, right?
Yeah, they got that new coach
20-17.
bump last week, right?
I mean,
fired the head coach.
I'm just saying. Now they don't got Olave, but still, I'm taking the Saints here with only a -1 favorite towards the Browns. That's easy. I'm taking it. I'm taking the
Are we
Saints.
hearing
to
are we hearing a lock of the week there, or?
win. You're not suckering me into this, Bob.
I thought I was getting ready.
Yeah.
Bob, who are you taking in this shit bowl game?
I do think they're tanking a little bit, but I don't think we can necessarily discount Jameis going back to New Orleans. I think he's going to want to
Oh, I
play
forgot
well
about that.
here. So I think the Browns have just enough. I think the Saints they're going to play better. I think this will be a close game, but ultimately I think the Browns are just a little more. Even though they suck this year, they're a little more talented than the Saints, and I think it's a revenge game for Jameis. So I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Browns too. I think the Saints, they got their one big win on this new coach, and I think they come back to earth. This one really is a coin flip. I do not
Carr's
like this
still
game.
playing, right?
Who? Carr's playing, yes.
They'll have Carr, Kamara, but no Olave, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next up, the Seattle Seahawks are traveling to San Francisco. They're getting 6.5 against the 49ers. Bob, what do you think?
This is a tough one because
It is.
I think it's a big number for the 49ers.
Mm.
They didn't look very good offensively last week. I don't think Brock Purdy's playing great. I don't love their receiving core. McCaffrey's second game back. Seattle's a weird team. I mean, they started out so good. They've been terrible recently.
They have to have this game. If they lose, their playoff hopes are really hurting. So
Yeah, I think they might end up losing, but I think this will be a divisional field goal type of game. So I'm going to take the Seahawks and the points.
I believe Connor Williams, their starting center, retired today, right? Did I hear that on Twitter? I'm pretty sure he did. So
Seahawks starting center retired?
Connor Williams, yeah, I think he retired today.
Wow, that's kind of shitty to do that in the middle of a season to a
Right.
team.
He's had a lot of injury. He's the guy that remember he was the center we were waiting for to see if the Steelers would sign, but he was hurt
Oh yeah.
and he wasn't signing with
Yeah.
anybody.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna take San Francisco. I think the Seahawks team's weird, man. They play great one week and then they suck the next week.
Well, my thing is that they lost to the 49ers already when the 49ers didn't even have CMC.
Yeah,
They lost like by 9-10 points.
yeah,
So, and now it's at 49ers, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I would like to think the 49ers at least beat them by, I can see the 49ers beating them by 10 again. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 49ers to cover.
Bob, you take the Niners too?
No, I'm sticking with the Seahawks
all right,
and the
all right.
points. I think
Okay.
the Seahawks need this game. I think Geno will play pretty well. I expect a huge game from Kenneth Walker in this one. San Francisco's defense also, they're getting into that mode where it seems like every year San Francisco is under 500 halfway through the season, then they win out. And but I do think this is a field goal type of game. I don't think they'll. I think they'll keep it close. They'll play desperate. San Francisco will probably win, but I don't like them winning by a touchdown.
Okay. Next up, excuse me. The Falcons are traveling to Denver to play the Broncos. They're getting 2 points. Guys, the Falcons fucked me out of a 3-team parlay last week. Every time I bet on the Falcons, I lose money. They're really pissing me off. So
You motherfucker! That is it!
That's it. What the fuck you talking about? That's it. Take it back, Danny.
Yeah. No more. No.
no more betting on the Falcons for me. Screw them. It's the Broncos big in this one. I'm taking Denver.
Are you?
Denver at home. That defense is playing good. They almost beat the Chiefs last week.
I'm going against the spread here. I'm taking the Falcons to win.
Don't do it.
I'm
Don't
not
do it.
that- Look, it was a divisional
No, actually, do it.
game
Do it.
against. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you want me to do this?
Yeah, I
it was
do.
a divisional game against the Chiefs, and I don't know if we're reading too much into that, but I'm not that impressed with Denver. I'm just not. And the Falcons, they had an off game. It happens because that was a divisional game too, right? Last week against the Saints. So
The Saints had just fired their coach. They had traded away their best corner. They were tanking. They were giving up,
yeah, well,
and they still won.
I'm just saying it's still a divisional game. Look at all the Baltimore Steelers games where Baltimore's missing 32 players during COVID. And it still was a close game. It's just division games are a different beast, man. So I'm not going to read into the divisional games and be like, oh, Denver's this big thing now. I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for it. I'm taking the Falcons to win.
Okay, Bob.
Oh, this is a tough one. This is another tough one, but
If it was in Atlanta, I'd feel different. But in Denver, I don't know.
Vegas is kind of leaning Falcons here by only giving the Broncos 2 points at home. I think
Yeah.
the Falcons played just about as bad as they could play last week. It's a rebound game for Kirk Cousins. I just think the Broncos are due to kind of fall off. So, yeah, I'm
And
taking
Mooney-
the Falcons in the points.
And Mooney is playing. He got cleared, I believe, today.
Did he?
Yep.
Okay. All right. This is one I can catch up to you guys with. You guys taking the the Falcons. This is a good game, really good game. Kansas City Chiefs are going to Buffalo, and they're 2-point underdogs. These 8-0 Kansas City Chiefs, is that it? 8-0, 9-0, something like that.
Nah,
Undefeated.
9-0. I think they're 9-0.
9-0 Kansas City Chiefs catching points in Buffalo. Bob, what do you think? What are we doing here?
I think I kind of agree with Mike Florio's idea about what the Bills are going to do to the Chiefs.
I will massacre you. I will fuck you up.
Oh,
I think Josh Allen, this was almost my lock of the week. It was that close. I think Josh Allen is going to be motivated. I think the Chiefs have been getting very lucky. They blocked a freaking field goal. It's in Buffalo. It doesn't mean the Chiefs are all of a sudden a fraud, but I just think this is, if the Bills don't win this game, they should tank, lose the rest of their games on purpose, and bench Josh Allen.
It's not Josh Allen's fault. It's the coaching. Every time they lose to Kansas City, their coach fucks them.
Yeah.
Dave, who you got?
So I changed my pick today, actually. I found out that Kincaid and Coleman are now out. And
Yeah, I was
Amari
going to bring that
Cooper,
up.
they still don't know if he's going to play or not. So I changed my pick to the Chiefs now. Juju's back. I'm not saying Juju's, amazing, but with the Chiefs, that last game he played healthy and he looked pretty fucking good. So along with everybody else they have back, I think they're undefeated team. I think it's going to be another one they squeak out with a field goal. I think the Chiefs win. I'm sorry, they're undefeated. I wanted to pick the Bills. I really thought the Bills would pull it off. But now that I'm seeing a bunch of their playmakers are not playing, that hurts.
So everything I look at this game points to the Chiefs winning. Just what you brought up, Dave. Kincaid out, Coleman out, Chiefs being the Chiefs. But every time I've been short of something, it's gone the opposite way this year. So I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. Fuck it.
Pulling a Costanza.
That's it. Uh-oh. Did we lose Dave?
No, I'm here. I'm looking right at you.
Oh,
Hello?
hold on. I think I hit a button I shouldn't have.
There we go.
Bob
I-
got rid of you.
I'm thinking, we're here.
We can hear you. Just couldn't see you.
Jennifer's on the Chiefs. I think the Bills are going to do it. Next
look,
one.
I just don't know how you can. At this point, the Chiefs, if they are at max health wise, the Bills, yes, but I can't now that a bunch of their playmakers are out. I'm just like, yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
They haven't really thrown to Dalton Kincaid as much as everybody thought they would before this season. Coleman is a blow, but this could be a real breakout game for Amari Cooper because
if he plays,
if he plays,
yeah, this could.
If he plays, then I'll put it this way: since we're doing the show on Friday, if you would end up playing on Sunday, I might have changed my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just to me, it's just so many players not playing that. In my opinion, you need if you want to beat the Chiefs. You're right with Kincaid though, but he's also someone that the defense still has to worry about.
Right. Well, beware Dawson Knox in this game. I think he will have a big game.
Knox or Shakir, one of those guys, is going to have
Yeah.
a game for them. I think, especially if they win.
All right, Sunday Night Football. The Cincinnati Bengals are traveling to Los Angeles. They're playing the Chargers, and they're getting 1.5 points. Bob, kick us off. What do you think about this one?
I'm on the Chargers on this one. They're blowing teams out consistently. I think Cincinnati will be a little more effective, but that defense is really, really good. You think the Steelers defense is good, and we all do. They're giving up 40 points less than the Steelers on the season.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how few points they've given up. If Cincinnati's defense was anything to worry about, I would maybe take them, but I'm all over the Chargers. I think this ends up being another double-digit win for the Chargers.
Dave, what about you?
I'm the opposite. I'm making this my lock of the week. The Bengals.
Ho, 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 ho.
Overtime.
Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
Ooh, that's a big lock, all right.
Did you see the way they were clicking against the Ravens? I mean, if not for the 3 missed penalties in one fucking play, they might have won that game. So to only be given the Chargers 1.5 at home?
No, it's in Los Angeles.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I said given the Bengals only 1.5.
Yeah.
I mean that shows you how
I
much
get you.
they're thinking the Bengals are looking pretty good. This is going to be a close game. I think they do upset them. Khalil Mack's still hurt for the Chargers. I don't know if he's going to play. It seems like every week the Chargers have a ton of players hurt. But
Nick Bosa's eternally injured every week.
Like I just, but somehow most of them still end up playing and they do pretty well. But I just, I don't know if some of these players are going to play or not. So for me, I'm going to take the team that's clicking right now. And Chase and Burrow, man, they have been a force. So I think I could see them another one, just like with the Chiefs and the Bills. I can see it being close where they win it by they kick a field goal to win it. The Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals to upset them.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals too. For a lot of the same reasons you just said, Dave. I think they're clicking. I don't know. I think the Chargers are doing it with smoke and mirrors, man. I don't think this team's that good. I know Harbaugh makes them a big difference as a head coach. He's done a fantastic job, but I don't know. I think the Bengals will go to the Super Bowl. And
I don't know how I feel about this now.
Shut it, you. I'm taking the Chargers. All right, next up, Monday night.
Hold on, just to make sure. So you're taking the Chargers or you're taking the Bengals?
I'm sorry, I said Chargers. I'm taking the Bengals. Taking the Bengals. All right, Monday Night Football. The Houston Texans are traveling to the pathetic Dallas Cowboys, and they're giving the Cowboys 7 points. Bob, start us out. What do you think?
It'll be Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
Ooh, that's a big lock, all right.
Taking the Cowboys?
I am taking the Texans. The Fighting Cooper rushes. I like the quarterback. I do. I like Cooper Rush. I'd even go as far to say as maybe you should have not paid Dak Prescott and just took your chances with him. I think there's also a chance they could just really give up and throw Trey Lance in if this gets out of hand early, and I think it will. Texans need this game. They've lost a couple in a row. I think Tank Dell, we were kind of talking about him last night on the Steelers TikTok After Dark, Steelers Sanctuary After Dark. I think he'll have a good game here. I think Joe Mixon will have a good game. Cowboys can't stop anybody. They can't run the football. I think this could get really, really ugly. The fact that it's in Dallas, Houston plays in Texas, that's close enough to a home game for me. Give me the Texans.
Yeah,
Dave?
and officially Nico Collins is back. So now he's going to have two weapons to throw to on top of having Mixon. It is going to be a rough one for Cowboys fans. Texans cover.
Yeah, I mean,
To be Smooth Jimmy's Lock of the Week.
Ooh, that's a big lock, all right. But
that's my lock of the week, too. I can't see a scenario where the Cowboys win this game or even come within 13 points of this game. They stink.
Yeah, will be even
They
close.
stink. Without Dak Prescott, as much as you hate Dak Prescott, they're worse without him. They're just a terrible football team. They had a chance to get Derrick Henry. He almost begged them to go there.
Yeah.
And they chose not to sign him. But just unforgivable. Cowboys fans
Especially
gotta
when you
decide
look at
themselves.
their running game now. I mean, it's a joke. It's an
They got
absolute joke.
Elliott instead. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, really, it's Rico Dowdell. I mean, he's probably the best guy. I mean, I know they were hoping Dalvin Cook maybe renaissance, but I mean, I cannot think of, I honestly, the one kid they have, Turpin, who's ultra fast. They use him more as a gadget, kind of a slot receiver. He was a running back in college. I would just put him back there and see what happens. He could turn into
Tracy for the Giants.
Sproles. He could turn into a Darren Sproles type.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a good comp. Yeah, Sproles. There's a blast from the past.
Yeah, big time. All right, that brings us to the big game of the week. The Baltimore Ravens coming to Pittsburgh. They're giving the Steelers 3.5 points at home. We made our picks yesterday. Refresh my memory. I think I did 31-28 Steelers. Dave, what did you have?
I had 35-30 Steelers.
And Bob?
31-27 Steelers.
So we're all pretty much in there.
Look, again, the Steelers are the second best team in the league under Wilson in yards per game, passing yards per game, rushing yards per game, and they're third in points per game under Wilson in the league. I think they're just going to keep pace with the Ravens, and that pass defense for them is going to fuck up and give the Steelers the win. That's what
I kind of feel like we're being homers, and we're not really looking at this the way we should.
Don't get me wrong. The
Ravens
are
team's
good.
fucking
it's
good.
Just they're both offenses that are putting up points right now. And I just think our defense right now is a little better. That's all.
Yeah, I said 31-28. I don't feel good about it. This game could go either way. I'm genuinely worried about this game.
The Ravens?
I don't want to be the guy that waffles, but man,
if you want to,
I wouldn't put any Davy dollars on the Steelers. I would not put any Davy dollars on the Steelers. That's for sure. 100%, I would not.
I had plus 3.5. I mean, 31-28.
Yeah, usually these games are super, super close, right?
And super weird. Like half the time they win by like 2 points.
Yeah,
like, it's weird.
I saw some weird stat that anytime one of these two teams has been favored by more than 3 points, the underdogs won every time in the last 10 years.
Damn.
So if they come in, the team comes in as a big underdog, the underdog usually wins between these two teams. It's weird. That's the nature of this thing, though, right? This rivalry is crazy.
It is.
And the Steelers have owned them the last what? It's what is
8.
7 out of 8, right? Yeah, 7-1 in the last 8. And it's something else. Lamar Jackson's missed a ton of them. I think he's 1-3 against the Steelers lifetime. Like he's played 4 games against the Steelers.
He's missed a lot of them too. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's this whole thing's batshit. Don't bet on this game. That's the lesson, boys and girls. Don't put any money on this game. You will be sorry if you do.
I won't be betting no $300 on this game. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, don't do that, Dave. Jesus. All right, let's do some props before we get out of here. The under
hold
over.
on. So are you going Ravens?
No, well,
He hasn't really decided, has he?
It's 3.5. So it's like,
yeah, my prediction's 31-28. Yeah, I think I'll take the Ravens in the points. I'll take them to cover. I'll stick with my prediction.
Okay. All right.
So I'm not really waffling. I'm sticking with it. Steelers win, but they don't cover. All right. Props. The over-under in this game's 48.5. What are we thinking? Over 48.5? Under 48.5?
Yes.
I'm going under.
Yeah.
I'm going under. Well,
with the way we've been. I don't know.
Christ, yeah, I don't even know. I have no. I can't wrap my brain around this game. I can't. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll stick with the under. Fuck it.
I'm going
Bob?
over. I
You going over too?
Yeah, I'm going over 31-27's 58 points, even if it comes a little bit short.
Right.
Yeah, I feel good about the over. I think if this turns into an under game, it's a bizarre injury. Something happened.
Yeah. Is that out of the realm of possibility with these teams? No.
No, not at all.
It's fucking crazy shit goes on. All right, Lamar Jackson, the leading MVP candidate right now. Will he go over under 290 yards? I said it at 290. It was kind of a tough.
I'm gonna go.
I don't want to make. You gonna go under?
Combo rushing and passing.
No, just passing. Just passing.
Oh, under. Yeah.
He's been over 300 like 6 times this year.
Yeah,
I was looking it up.
But I mean, our defense is not
Our
easy.
secondary.
Yes,
secondary.
I know, but I also think that it's going to have a lot to do with him wanting to feed Henry as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go under too. Did you go under, Bob?
Yeah, I'm definitely going under. I don't think. I think what'll happen. I think they're going to have 6 potential scoring drives. 2 of them will end in field goals. Tucker will miss one. And I think that's what'll keep him under that 290 is those drives that stall out in field goal range.
Okay. All right. Sticking with Lamar Jackson, under over 50 yards rushing. His last 2 games, he hasn't rushed for much at all. I think one was 3 yards. Last week was 3, and the week before was like 26. But then
I think I'm going to go under.
You going to go under?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go over. This
well,
one I think I'm
Steelers
going to go
are
over.
showing they're good at not letting them get a ton.
They're going to be so focused on Derrick Henry. I think they're going to lose. They're going to lose Lamar Jackson a couple of times. I think.
It could be that or the opposite. It could be they stop both of them.
Yeah.
If
And I
they
could
sell
do a
out to
supermodel
stop the
too.
run. I don't know. It's one of those things where they just stopped the guy that's a very good.
They did a good job
quarterback.
against Jaden Daniels.
So-
They did, but their running back was out, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Good point.
Washington's running back was out,
That's a good
so
point.
that helped a great deal.
Yeah.
Bob,
I'm going. I think he could scramble several times. I'm going over here.
no Highsmith. That scares me.
Yeah, I think what'll happen is there'll be some designed runs for
Could be
him
that too. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
that'll put him there. I don't think he goes way over. I don't think he has like a 50-yard run or anything, but I think cumulative over he'll look downfield and there's going to be times where the defense is going to chase him into a 6-yard gain.
Yeah. I know Hall of Fame Herbig's playing today, but on Sunday, I mean, but still. All right. Derrick Henry over under 75 yards rushing.
I'm gonna cry. God, I think
This is my fear. I'm going to go over because I fear the 60-yard run in the fourth quarter when everyone's tired and beat up.
Yeah.
He's done it like 3 or 4 times this season. I'm going to go over.
Bob's got a good thing though. Didn't you tell me last night he's got his history of running against Steelers? He's only gotten around 60 or less, or something like that.
He's played 3 times. He's under 25 one game and exactly 75 the other 2.
Okay, that's what it was.
Oh, I picked that over under perfect then.
You did.
That was accidental, but yeah, but he didn't have Lamar Jackson as quarterback and Zay Flowers and tight ends and God forbid Deontay Johnson chips in this game. I'm going over 75.
I think the Ravens and Harbaugh will kind of look at it as this is why we got Derrick Henry to pound the Steelers.
Yeah.
And they may actually rely on him a little too much early in the game. And early in the game is where I think the Steelers will have success against him. So I'm going under, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was a wash.
All right. Joey Porter Jr. Under over 1.5 penalties in this game.
Yeah, that's funny.
Chasing Zay Flowers around the field. I'm tempted to go over.
And it's going to be a tough call.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm going to say Joey goes under on penalties because I think they will play a lot of zone.
That's a good point. Yeah, just for that reason, that's a good point. I'm going to go under too. I was hedging over, but they are going to play a lot of zone in this game. You're 100% right.
I'm going to go over just because I still think he may struggle trying to whoever he has to keep an eye on, whether it be Zay or Bateman or even Deontay. I still think that he might struggle and get caught a couple times. I'm hoping he's locked in and doesn't do that, but I don't know.
Jen asks a good question. Who are the refs?
That question of the night. Exactly.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's a great question.
Yes.
I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know who the.
I'm looking
but
at
that could make a big deal.
Clay Martin will officiate the Steelers-Ravens games. This is that guy who calls holding every time.
Oh boy.
Well,
that could be good for TJ.
I was about to say they better call for TJ because he's ridiculous how much doesn't get called for him.
They've called through 10 weeks 33 holding penalties.
How many pass interference penalties do they call? Do you have that, Andy?
It's the most holding calls for a crew per game.
Okay.
I don't see anything about the PI. Yeah, this is mostly about the holding. So I don't think the pass interference
is as much of an issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Although it's Steelers Ravens, there'll be some roughing, there'll be some pass interference, there'll be some crazy calls.
Next one is more touchdown passes. Russell Wilson or Lamar Jackson?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Dave, you keep disappearing off the screen there. I don't know what the hell you're doing over there.
Oh, I had my
there he is.
There he is.
He just popped out of nowhere. You're trying to scare the guests. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think Lamar will have more.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I'm going Russell. I think he'll throw 3.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, he is those moon balls against those Ravens safeties, and I know Kyle Hamilton is playing, but Kyle Hamilton has been playing for most of the season, and they've given up. Yeah. I think it's more passing touchdowns, more over 20 yards than anybody else in the league. And I heard Bryant McFadden this afternoon on the PM team with Pony and Mueller, and he was saying, hey, part of that is because people come out and they're going to throw the ball against the Ravens. He was worried the Steelers might try to be too one-dimensional at the beginning of the game and just try to throw the ball all over the field. I'm sorry. I just give me a Pickens on Humphrey, press coverage. I think Russell Wilson will exploit it. Yeah, it's going to be – I think he gets 3.
Yeah, I think it might be Russ too. I think we talked about it on the pod yesterday. That's bend but not break defense, make it in center field. I think a lot of the touchdowns that the Ravens do get, it's going to be running. It's going to be Derrick Henry will have a couple. Maybe even Lamar Jackson runs for 1. So I'll take Russ on that one. What do I have next? Hall of Fame Herbig. Over under 0.5 sacks today. That's Sunday. I'm thinking today's the game.
I'm taking the over. About this. I see their fans and them. They're all like, "Oh, Highsmith's not playing." So Stanley, old Stanley there can just chill and not have to really worry about nothing. Now we can chip TJ. I'm thinking, oh man, they don't understand. That's little TJ.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's gonna have a sack. He's gonna go over half.
I like Jesus Christ.
I've said on our podcast. I said it last night. I'll say it again. This Herbig is going to make a big play. He's probably going to give up a big play. So I think this is a box office matchup. I cannot wait to see Herbig blow off the line. Stanley go, what the hell was that? And then let Herbig and Lamar Jackson. Who's going to win that matchup? I think Herbig will win some. I think Lamar will win some. But yeah, a half a sack? Oh yeah, I see him getting a sack.
Yeah, Dave, 5-star matchup because Herbig's in it, asshole.
I'm going to let you guys in a little secret. They're going to run Derrick Henry at Herbig early and often, and he's going to be tapping out by the third quarter, saying, "Get somebody else in here, help me the fuck out." He's gonna turn into a front license plate for Derrick Henry as he's running to the end zone. He gets no sacks.
He's gonna be like Apollo Creed on Rocky IV.
Yeah.
Damn towel.
Well, look.
Where's Preston? Bring Preston in. Bring the reliever, quick.
Herbig is not Alex against the run, but he's not terrible against the run. Yes, Derrick Henry probably
He's gonna swat him away like a
by
fly.
4,000 pounds, but
Swat him like a fly.
But that's not where he's going to make his impact. I mean, I think.
Hey, you're a new kid. Cool. I'm gonna keep going.
Well, I think they'll do a good mix of Preston Smith when they think it's a running down.
Honestly, guys, and I know I kid. Preston Smith should play the majority of the snaps in this game. He really should. He's much more suited for this kind of game. I just
depends on if Baltimore tries to go Baltimore and say, we're going to put the game in Lamar's hand and throw it 38 times and let Henry run it.
They'd be stupid to do that. They'd be stupid to do that.
They've done it. They've done some stupid
You know,
stuff.
they've done stupid things. Yeah,
John Harbaugh's
true.
done some pretty stupid stuff in these games.
Very, very true. All right, here's a fun one, guys. Who makes the longest field goal, Boz or Tucker in this game?
Ooh. Longest.
I'm going Boz. At home, Tucker struggled a little bit. You don't like
Tucker struggled. If I had to trust somebody, I'd trust Boz more.
I think Boz will kick. Honestly, I think we're going to score touchdowns on field goals. I see Boz maybe kicking a 40-yarder, and Tucker, he might miss a 50. I'm going to go Tucker, not because he's better than Boz. I just think he'll get 3 or 4 shots at field goals. I think Boz is going to be limited in his attempts.
Dave?
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to go Boz as well.
Yeah, I like Boz in this one. Here's an interesting one. First play to score, either team. Who gets the first touchdown?
That's a good question.
I'm taking Derrick
Hopefully
Henry.
Mike Tomlin doesn't take the freaking ball.
I mean, Jesus Christ, would you put that past him?
Yeah, right.
No, I wouldn't.
Depends on what he has for breakfast that morning.
Yeah.
I'm feeling taking the ball.
He's like, I wanted to make the first impression in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bad one, but it was the first impression.
What? Yeah. Honestly, I'm taking Henry as well. That's who I was thinking when you said it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Pat Fryermuth. I think this is a Pat Fryermuth game.
Oh, lightning will strike twice. Huh.
Yeah,
Let's hope so. I hope you're right.
I think a divisional game here. There's some familiarity. I think they're going to overload on Pickens. I think they're going to be intimidated by Mike Williams' phenomenal ratio of success as a Steeler. He's 100%. He catches touchdowns. So I think we may see Pat, sneak in some of those checkdowns. I think I heard today if Jalen might not play.
Yeah, I think it's still up in the air with him. I didn't hear it, but
he's questionable.
Yeah.
He's not out yet.
Yeah, so maybe this back thing is a little more real than just hey, if you can't hold on to the ball, just stand on the sidelines for a little while.
Yeah.
If Jalen doesn't play, I like Pat here to kind of maybe get the first touchdown, and they'll way overplay Pickens and Fryer and Mike Williams down in the red zone, and he'll find Pat.
Nobody picked Van Jefferson. Okay. Last one I got for you guys. Najee Harris. This could be the most crucial one of all. Over under 50 yards rushing. If he's over 50, they win. I think it's that simple. If they can establish a running game, they win this game.
Well, it's going to be under because CPAD, baby, he's going to get like 15 fucking carries.
You might be right. You might be right.
Yeah, I know.
You may be right. I'm going under as well. I don't. This Ravens run defense scares me a little bit, but I think Arthur Smith's going to be stubborn and you keep hammering away to try to see if you can get him
right into a fucking wall.
Yeah, I can totally see a couple 3-and-outs to start.
It's going to be the nice little toss plays.
I was just going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth, Dave. Halfback toss into 14 Ravens with fucking with Calvin Austin leading the way.
Yep.
Well,
Ugh.
last time Najee faced the Ravens, he rushed for 112 yards and was a huge reason they won that game. But weirdly enough, when he's throw some stats at you, at home versus Baltimore, his rookie year, he rushes for 71 yards. Pretty good. But then in 2022, 33 at home, 111 at Baltimore, though. 37 at home last year, 112 at Baltimore. I'm going under. I do think it's crucial that they run the ball, but this could be a combined effort for 80 to 100 yards, and it could be pretty successful. I think David's absolutely right. We're going to see Cordarrelle Patterson a lot in this game.
Yeah,
I think it's so crucial in this game. If you told me now, guaranteed me Najee Harris ran for 80, 90 yards, I'd pick the Steelers. That's how important I think it is.
And another thing, too, is that the plan of attack should be through the air anyways, because that's their weakness, you'd think.
Yeah. But that's what worries me about this game. I get it. Russell Wilson's been really good for 3 games. This is his first AFC North game. This is his first really big, meaningful game. Can he do it again? If he wins this game, I'll never question him again the rest of the season. If he performs at that level again against the Ravens, I'm fully on board.
Yeah.
I'm 3/4 on board right now. Do it against the Ravens, I'm all in.
And I'll tell you another thing from a rushing perspective. I think this is the game we see the Justin Fields package. Fields could pick up 25, 30 yards on the ground that gets us into, okay, if we win the rushing battle, whoever wins the rushing battle between these two teams usually ends up winning the game.
All right, let's do this real quick. Over under 5 snaps for Justin Fields in this game.
I'm going to say under
Last
5, but
promise.
I do see him getting at least 3 or 4.
You're saying Justin Fields, right?
Yeah, Justin Fields.
I think they're saving him for the Chiefs. I think they're saving this for the Chiefs.
I think Tomlin circled this one on the calendar the whole way. I think it's going to go
so?
over. I think you're going to see the full Justin Fields experience in this one. I really do.
Wow.
I think.
All right. Don't get hate.
Tomlin's feeling himself.
I would love to see it. I want to see it. I just, God, to figure out a way to beat the Chiefs. Like I feel like they're going to.
If they beat the Ravens this week, and they're a full game ahead of the Ravens, they don't have to worry about that Chiefs game. This almost guarantees them a playoff spot if they beat the Ravens this week because those other teams are so bad in the AFC. If they can go to 7-2, 8-2, or 9-2, they'll be in good shape. But I think they pull all the stops. This is the home game against the Ravens. Yeah, I think he pulls out all the stops in this one.
It knocks the Ravens to 7-4. You're 8-2. You basically got a
2-game lead.
Yeah.
This is huge for them. This is a monster game for them.
Okay. Well, I really do. I'd like to see it.
I know we're all kind of interested in a different sporting event that's happening tonight. Should we throw a pick in for that one?
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Well,
all right.
This doesn't count for anything, though, Bob.
No. This is a tiebreaker at the end of the season if you're all tied.
I like this.
Go ahead, Bob. You brought it up. You go.
Okay, I got Tyson knocking him out. I know he's 58 years old. And there's bad blood there. I think, and I'm not a huge Tyson guy. If you've ever followed my Twitter feed, you know that I think Tyson was a complete fraud when he was younger.
Oh, fraud, Bobby.
Oh, fraud, yeah. I mean, you look at those guys he beat. I mean,
that was the best guy.
Rocky 3 setups. They weren't setups, but they weren't killers.
Yeah, when he first started fighting, yeah, but then he mowed everybody down after that. It was just Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks.
Larry Holmes when he was 58 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But he was still a champ, right? Oh, was he? No, he wasn't a champ.
No,
he wasn't a champ.
Holmes came back to fight him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the fight that I wish that we had seen, and I think it would have glaringly showed how Tyson was kind of a fraud back in the day. George Foreman came out of retirement to fight Mike Tyson. He ended up beating, Michael Moorer and winning the heavyweight championship. But the fight he wanted was Tyson. Tyson would have been uglier than Joe Frazier. I mean, that would have been a massacre. Every big heavyweight he fought, he lost to. He couldn't beat Holyfield, who was a cruiserweight. So
after jail, it was a different Tyson. It was a completely different Tyson. He was so far gone by then.
I
Buster
like
Douglas
that
was
Tyson, though.
before
You didn't know
jail.
what you're going to get. It was fun.
Yeah, after that, he just wasn't the same guy after that. That first that run he was on was phenomenal.
Now, I will say that his post-fight career, I've become a huge fan of his.
Yeah, you have to.
I really
He realized his,
the ownership of
Yeah.
past misdeeds, and I think he has fun with his celebrity. I love it. He doesn't look like he's having fun for this fight. He looks like he wants to kill him.
Dave, what do you think? Who wins this fight?
I think it's going to go the distance, and Paul wins a split decision.
Oh, I hope not.
If it goes to the card, I agree.
I think Tyson's going to knock his fucking head off. Or at least I hope he does. I can't stand Jake Paul. I can't stand this nonsense. I hope Tyson kills him.
It's not because you want it. It's reality.
I still think he does. I mean,
I want to see
I know
it,
he's
yeah.
58, but he's a trained fighter. This is the
Oh, he
first
looks
real,
in
like,
immaculate shape. I mean, he looks
he was
incredible.
He slapped Jake Paul in the face. Jake Paul didn't even flinch.
No,
Yeah.
too
It was
fast.
so he didn't even see it coming. I think the thing that worries me with every Jake Paul fight is how much of this is real and how much of this is bullshit.
Well, part of me is why I think it might go the distance. Is
Yeah,
that
that's what
reason.
scares me. Did he pay Mike Tyson $10 million
Because
to
fight
dance
against
with him
Roy
for 10
Jones-
rounds?
The Roy Jones Jr. fight, they had 2 belts made for them.
Yeah.
And it went
Did
to
you see the
business.
interview
It was
with Roy Jones Jr. though?
Yeah.
He was
did say
genuinely
like how hard he
scared.
still hits.
Yeah, he was like, Mike Corner was telling me to throw uppercuts. He's like, I'm not giving that guy any ideas to throw me uppercuts. I was holding on and jabbing. That was my plan through the whole fight. He was genuinely afraid in that fight.
And I think Roy Jones went looking to protect himself to say,
Yeah.
hey, this is an exhibition. The Rocky stuff just flows out here. But I don't think Tyson thinks this is an exhibition.
No.
I
Well,
think he's going to get in the ring and he's looking to say, hey,
I hope so. I hope this is not some bullshit. Pay him off. Let's dance for 10 rounds and everybody walks away with money.
honestly, you know what I would love to see? No matter what happens here, because Paul's going to fight again, I would like to see him fight Le'Veon Bell.
I would like to see that too.
Who would you like to see fight Le'Veon
Jake
Bell?
Paul.
Jake
That'd
Paul.
be a good
He'd
one.
probably beat Le'Veon Bell. I think Le'Veon's not that
Bell's
good
a
a boxer, right?
though. He's good.
Is Le'Veon good?
Shit out of Adrian
Yeah, he's
Peterson.
pretty good. Yeah.
Adrian
Yeah,
Peterson,
easy.
I mean.
Right, but I'm saying in general, if you watch the fight, like Le'Veon looks like a boxer.
Okay.
He, like, looks
I didn't
like
see any of that fight. I know he won, but I didn't see it.
He looked pretty good.
I'm excited
It'll be
for it. I hope it's an entertaining fight. I mean,
Yeah, you mean both.
one thing you give Jake Paul, I can't
Hey,
stand him.
the undercard's about
He's
to start in
entertaining.
about 7 minutes.
Yeah, but it's still the prelims. I don't even know who the prelims are. Do you? Anybody? Is anything good?
It's
I
not
didn't-
like big names at all.
Eh. This fight's gonna go on at like midnight. It's gonna piss me off.
I
Not
don't
me.
think so.
I'll be up forever. So
Yeah, these 3 fights, are the prelims, I don't think they're more than 6 rounders.
I
So
hope
if-
so.
If they start at 8, and I don't think Netflix this is their first real fight they're putting on.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to see this go on for 4 hours. Like, they're not, I mean, you're paying $6 to watch this fight more than likely versus 50. So you're not expecting, and the actual undercard started at 5:30.
Yeah, and they're only televising that starting at 8, right?
Right.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's entertaining. I mean, you give Jake Paul shit, but he puts on entertaining fights. He knows how to hype it. The kid's smart, as I'll get out. He's rich beyond belief, just promoting this stupid shit on YouTube and stuff like that. He's the ultimate con man. Good for him.
Absolutely.
And it takes balls to get in the ring with Mike Tyson. I mean, I can't stand the guy, but
oh yeah.
it takes balls to get in the ring with that guy because that guy don't fuck around.
And his Walker.
58 years old. I'll tell you what, dude. I know I'm not an athlete, but I'm 54, and
Yeah.
ain't no way I get in the ring with a fucking my grandmother. Never mind Mike Tyson. Fuck that.
Money talks, man. Money talks.
That's true. No,
I think
if you offer
Paul
me-
screwed up when he did that. Hey, here's my diamond studded earring thing on that's going to protect my ear from you biting it. It's like,
Oh,
hey, why don't you
I didn't even know that.
talk about Tyson's mother, or maybe he has prison time? You know, are you trying to get yourself killed?
He's an idiot. He's just an idiot. So
He really is, but he's made a lot of money being an idiot.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
He really has.
if that's his,
It works for him. It's a
his
shtick.
shtick, then good for him. It works because he's a millionaire now. So
All right, guys, this has been fun. Go Mike Tyson. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. We got shitloads of stuff going on. We got Dave and Bob doing After Dark stuff. We got the YouTube. We got my website with the column. We got everything. Subscribe to it all, guys. We're really killing it with the Steelers content. Thank you guys for the comments. Jen Prisser, thank you a lot for all your picks. You did good. Until next time, thanks for listening to Steelers Sanctuary Podcast.
Motherfucker! That is it!
That's it. What the fuck you talking about? That's it. Take him down, Danny.
No more!